Today we're doing a mock test with Ella. Ella's from Wales. Ella's from Wales. She's got a test booked in, it's next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's got it booked in Wales and she's a student in Durham and she's going to try a mock test. She's had a couple of lessons with me and it's mainly just hesitation at roundabouts and little bad habit with doing clutches and then gas. But other than that, it's pretty good. So have you any questions before we start? I'd just like to follow the road ahead at all times unless you're directed by signs and mountains. I'll ask you to turn which will do some good time. Can you say that sat nav all right?
Yeah.
We're going to follow the sat nav. It's going to last about 20 minutes. I'll ask you one question before we start. How would you check your head restraint set correctly?
The ball of the head needs to be in the head restraint.
Middle of the head restraint. Good. Right, if you just make your way out the test centre, just turn left here for us,
Okay.
and then the sat nav should kick in. Put your clutch down. Is L one L or two L?
Two.
Two L's. Right, when you're ready then. Then left again. And then that sat nav should work from there. Ella, I'm not going to mark this, but your signal goes on a little bit early here. It looks worse in the picture, but obviously a lot closer, so I don't really mark, but I would wait till you get level with that junction on your right to avoid confoes and other drivers.
Turn right, St John's Road. You will arrive at your destination at 9:51 a.m.
Can you pull up on the right hand side of the road? Can you reverse it back to car lens, keeping reasonably close to the curb? Thank you, that'll do. Then drive when you're ready. Ella, this is a pass with no faults recorded, well done. However, when you pull up on the right hand side of the road, don't be frightened to stop in the middle of the road with the indicator on to pull up on the right hand side because you got a little bit close to junction in front of you. I would have just stopped a bit further back. Observation's very impressive. I like how you looked directly through the back window, and that's an observation learners not very good at. Good all-round observation, you were aware of all the oncoming traffic, and you just got on with the manoeuvre. When you move off from the right-hand side of the road, don't put the signal on until you've made sure it's safe, and that means checking the blind spot also, then putting the signal on if you need it. Can you pull up in a convenient place on the left? you, and then you drive on when you feel ready. Ella, when pulling up at the side of the road, don't put your signal on until you know exactly where you're going to stop. Because what happens is you look in mirrors, which is great, you put the signal on, and then you're seeing the junction to the right, and then you start to drive past it. So imagine there's a car following, and I think you're pulling up, they'll start overtaking you, and then you'll start going forwards. So don't put that signal on until you know exactly where you're going to pull up, because you don't want to confuzzle other road users. Now, Ella, when you moved off from the side of the road, you left it in second gear. I don't mark this because you realise and then you change it back to first. But Ella, when the driving examiner stops you on the driving test, every time he stops you, he expects you to apply the parking brake, put it in neutral, and cancel the signal if you've had it on. So just do them 3 steps when you pull up to the side of the road. Then the examiner will give you instruction, or he'll ask you to drive on when you feel ready.
Turn right, A690.
First minor fault for Ella. What happens is it goes down as undue hesitation. As we approach in the junction, you can clearly see the left, but you can't see the right. So learners, you should just get up to the white lines, do the rolling first and stop and have a look. Ella stops too far back, but you can still see there's a good gap to go, but she doesn't take, and then she starts edging further forwards. So Ella, just get to the white lines, lean forward, have a look, and if it's safe, just go. If it's not, apply the parking brake.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A690, Neville's Crossbank.
I like this from Ella, how she checks her middle mirror on approach to the roundabout. Speed on approach is excellent. It's always excellent, actually. It's never too fast or it's never too slow. And she reads the road markings to say that you need the right lane to go straight ahead. You just drive over your favourite. This is a bit unlucky on Ella's behalf. What happens is as she pulls in, there's a car behind her pulls up directly behind her. Now, Ella, when the car behind has blocked your view, which mirror do you think is the most important one now? I would have been paying more attention to the right-hand door mirror so you can get a better view, because the car behind you could obscure like motorbikes, So I would have been paying attention in the right dormer when the car behind's blocked your view from behind. Don't mark it, but pace learners, if you pull up on the left and a car pulls up behind you, pay special attention to your right hand dormer.
After 300 yards, turn left, A167, Newcastle Road.
Minor fault number 2 for Ella. It goes down as timing of the signal. Ella, you've got a little bad habit of not looking. Well, all learners have the same bad habit, actually, not looking for the timing of the signal. So you got your mirrors in nice and early, and it said 300 yards. But if you look to the left here, you've got a junction. Now that's going to confuzzle other road users. Had there been a car at that junction and pulled out in front of you because I think you turned in there, then you could record a serious fault for that. So mirrors, Ella, then look for the timing of the signal.
Turn left. After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, A691, Southfield Way.
Ella, I like how you get the mirrors in and you see it's safe and you put the signal on to move into the right lane. But then you start driving down in the left lane. You looked in the door mirror. How you knew it was safe to move over was because that silver car in the right lane was not getting any bigger. Ella, if it's not getting any bigger, just drive your car over into the right lane. It's seeing your signal, it's waiting for you to drive over, but you keep driving down in the left lane, then eventually get yourself over. So remember, learners, if you're looking to change lanes and the car's not getting any bigger, it means it's seeing your signal and it's just waiting for you to move into the right lane.
Go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
Minor fault number 3, Ella, goes down again for undue hesitation. So you approach it around about lovely speed, you've got your gear, you look to the right, you see the car come round. Now once that car's gone round, if you look to the right again, there is 2 cars to your right and they're both indicating to leave the roundabout. If you watch the car to your left, you just drive straight onto the roundabout and there was another gap you could have took. So it's a minor fault for undue hesitation. All neat, Ella, with leaving the roundabout the time of the mirroring signal.
Take the exit, A691, Southfield Way.
Need the right lane for this one.
cross the roundabout and take the third exit.
Minor fault number 4, Ella, again goes down to undue hesitation. As you can see in the picture, it's clear to go. You've got that white car over 12 o'clock, but you've got a lovely gap to drive on the roundabout. Now what you do is you stop. There's a car close behind you. The car behind us knows it's safe to go onto the roundabout. So what they do is they just come past you and undertake you and drive onto the roundabout and go around in the wrong lane.
After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, Finkel Road. Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Ella does well at this roundabout. She takes the right gap at the right time. I like the way how she drives round the mini roundabout and doesn't drive over the top. And she doesn't worry about indicating to leave because she realises there's not enough time. So that's good work from you, Ella. Now, Ella, this is the type of technique you're looking for at your roundabouts. This is what will impress the driving examiner. So you come up to the roundabout, you're in good position, good speed, gee's great. You look to your right, you see the car indicating right, and you see there's one to your left of that car in the left-hand lane. So what you do is you look back to the white lines, you do that roll in first gear, you have a look again, you see the gap, you stop on the rise and brake, and you finish that off with gas clutch. That is a perfect technique to make you a much better, confident, skillful driver. That's the money shot. That's what you're aiming for. The roundabout, follow the road ahead. It's the second exit. Ella, you took the first available gap here, which is good, but sitting here this long, you need to be applying the parking brake. Mr. Driving Exam would expect you to apply the parking brake. So what I do is when I come to roundabout and I look, I think, oh, I'm going after that car, I don't apply the parking brake unless it's on a steep hill. If I think, oh, I'm never getting out of here, then what I do is I put my parking brake on, I pivot my right foot to the gas, but I don't use it. Now, when I see a gap, I start setting the gas and finding the bite. When I'm ready to go, I take that parking brake off, then I'm back on the gas and that clutches up and I'm holding it as I'm moving off. Perfect technique, Ella. At the roundabout, turn left. Ella done well at that last roundabout. It's a very difficult roundabout to emerge out of, but she does well. She takes the first available gap. She makes good progress along this road. She realises that it's national speed limit, and she hits speeds of about 46, 47 miles per hour. So well done, Ella. At the roundabout, turn right, it's the second exit. Ella, up until now, you've been very hesitant at your roundabouts. And then when you looked at these cars to your right, you're supposed to give way to them. I was actually surprised that you drove straight onto the roundabout. Personally, had it been me, I don't think I would have gone. I would have done the rolling first because they're coming from my right. You don't slow them down, but done nothing wrong. Serious faults number 1 and number 2 for Ella. Serious fault number 1, Ella, goes down to use of mirrors. You can see on approach that you need to take up the right lane. You leave it very late to move over, and you move over without looking in the mirrors. Once you were that close to the roundabout, I would have just gone straight ahead, second exit. I wouldn't change lanes at the last second like that. And the second serious fault goes down to undue hesitation. It's an habitual. You come to the roundabout, you miss a golden chance to go. There's 2 cars to your right indicating left, and you just sit at the roundabout. You just got to sort your gaps out at your roundabouts. Ella, this is poor technique, this. I cannot see this impressing the driving examiner. Now, you decided not to go at the roundabout. You're at an uphill junction on a roundabout. You should have been applying the parking brake and then setting the gas ready to find the driving point when you're ready to go. But what you do is you sit on the foot brake, you bring your clutch up to the driving point. You can't find the biting point when you've got your foot on the brake, because the foot on the brake works on all 4 wheels, so you've got to bring it up a bit higher. Now what's happening is the car's shuddering. You can't see this on video, but your car's shaking. You've got your foot on the brake and the car's vibrating because you've got the clutch right at the driving point. You're trying to stop with your brake, but trying to move it with your clutch. So when you do go, you take your foot off the brake and the car goes slowly on the roundabout, and then you put gas on. Ella, you need to get rid of that habit. Honestly, it's a not good technique at all. Examiners will not mark it because you've kept control of it. What you have done is actually you've perfected this technique, and when learners perfect a bad habit, they find it very, very hard to get rid of. Ella, you're not expected to signal to pass these parked cars. If you look further past the parked car, there's a junction on the right. Now, as a guideline, if that signal's going to come fuzzle somebody, I wouldn't stick it on. But the drivers might think you're indicating right to go into that junction. So the examiner would not expect you to signal here. He would expect you to check your middle and right door mirror, or any one of them mirrors you'd be happy with. But ideally middle right, and then just position early and just go around the car. But yeah, definitely expect the signal here. At the roundabout, turn right, it's the fourth exit. I've given up marking undue hesitation, but it's again here very evident. You're looking to your right, you've got nothing at all to your right. If you look over at 12 o'clock, you've got a wagon and a car behind that one exiting the roundabout. Ella, there's no reason why you should be stopping at this roundabout. You should be driving straight onto that roundabout. Ella makes good use of the sun visor because the sun's really low. Remember, learners, if you sun visor or sunglasses, you can wear sunglasses on your driving test. The examiners don't mind anything to keep you safe on the road. At the roundabout, turn right, it's the third exit. You've done the correct thing here, Ella, by following the traffic onto the roundabout. You don't worry about blocking the road, because on the roundabout it's all light controlled here. So everything's good what you've done. There's more hesitation here, and I know you know this. If you look at the roundabout, look, them cars at 11 o'clock. If you think about it, there's no right turn at the roundabout. Your cars to your right have got to give way to them. You should be just driving straight onto this roundabout, but you just sit again and hold the traffic up behind. Right, how do you think you done?
Not good.
What was not good?
A lot of hesitation.
Hmm?
I think I was quite hesitant. A lot
You
of the time.
were, why is that?
Nerves.
Nerves?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to sort your gaps out at the roundabouts. Every roundabout you've come to, you're hesitant.
Yeah.
There's two serious faults. One for undue hesitation, well, it's
Yeah.
accumulation of undue hesitation, and this roundabout here, you went over to the right lane very late without looking in the mirrors.
I had a panic.
Well, what you could have done there was, you know, when you found you were in the left lane,
Yeah.
what could you have done if you were in the left lane?
Gone left. Or
Just gone left or straight ahead. I would have redirected you, but you come over the right lane very late. In that roundabout there was cars indicating to leave the roundabout. And what did you do?
Just sat there.
Yeah, and this one, the same coming from this direction, cars indicating to leave the roundabout, and you just sat there again. This one, I mean, I give you a lot of roundabouts there because we knew that was your weakness. So, you know, there was a really lot of roundabouts. But this one here, you've done well here. You were turning right, fourth exit. You've got a car to your right that's about 3 bus lengths, so we're indicating left. You've got cars going straight ahead, and you just sit there. This one, come to the roundabout. Nothing to the right, and you stop. The car behind us decides to come round in the left, goes round in the wrong lane because he thought you were going. So what you need to do is you need to sort your gaps out at the roundabouts. Right, have you any questions before I turn that off? You sure?